Okay, so if I'm a parent and my child just flat out refuses, suggests, or says that they just don't want to go to school today, what can I do to encourage them to go?
I think routine is key. Having, a routine from when they come home from school, what does that night look like? Are they going to bed early enough? Are they having a nice dinner? I think it's just making sure that there is a routine in place for your child so that, if we've got this routine, it's normal. I'm kind of in sync to get up and go to school. I think routine is key. We see it a lot in Manaaki when we're supporting whānau when their kids don't want to go to school and they just don't know why. But if we create a routine with them, alongside them to be like, cool, we're going to have dinner here, bed here, if they're having social media time, it's limited. So I think that is, it sets it up for a good week. You start it from Sunday, definitely is.
We didn't discuss it yet. It's a really good point.
Yeah.
And how, just following on from that, how long would you expect that sort of routine to need to be in place to see results? Do parents often pull out too early, or?
I just think it's a continuum. I don't think you ever that's just your schedule, that's your kind of roster, that's how you operate. I do that with my child, and he goes to school every day, loves school, but we have a routine. So when I pick him up, or his dad picks him up from school, this is what we do, and this is our norm. So it becomes, I think, you will see results after, I would hope, a week or 2 weeks, but it is hard at the start, definitely. It is hard, but I think after the weeks go by, it does become very easy, and it just becomes your life, really.
I feel like you could even turn it around in 2 nights, even sometimes. Like after holidays, you sometimes lose yourself and you stay up later, and we don't have bedtime, and I think once you get it back on track, I see results. That they are doing what they're told, they go to school. So it's definitely a great.
And it may change, when you have like winter sports and you've got a lot of trainings and stuff does change, but you can adapt it. But if you try and keep your schedule or your routine to kind of match, then it will just in time your child will get used to it, and it just becomes
even with winter sports it becomes that natural routine anyway. On Thursday at 5 o'clock we come home, you have your shower now because you're dirty from, and then we have dinner instead of have dinner then have your shower. So it can change just because of the route what's happening, but then that becomes the norm every Thursday. That's what I'm doing.
I think another big piece too in the routine is social media and screen time in general, and the research that is coming out is damning, to say the least, right? And so with the routine, you've really got to question how much of that routine is dedicated to screen time and social media. And then you mentioned sleep as well, and those biorhythms getting thrown off by looking at screens right up until bedtime, right? And so I think one of the best things we can do for kids is just get them in a good sleep pattern, number one. And we've seen with a lot of our chronically absent cases where sleep is an issue, once we're able to get them back on that good biorhythm of normal night's sleep, you have these massive changes, these really, really positive changes. So that's a really good question to ask, your own family, like how much of this are we willing to invest in that social media time, and is it worth it in the long term?